All right, guys. I figure while I got some time out here, I'll show you a little bit about what I got going on this weekend. Trying to get some wiring sorted out, get everything under the dash where it needs to be. Got a little bit of issue with the Crown Vic steering column and the Crown Vic pedal assembly that hooks into the whole master cylinder and everything. I want to run all that in this one. It's a lot of stuff to put under a dash, and they're kind of fighting for the same space, so it's been a little bit of a challenge, but it's just I haven't done one this way before, so it's just slightly different than the other ones I've done. But I'll turn you around here. I'll show you a little bit about what I've got going on and give you a little information here. Okay, so I've got basically this is just in a mock-up point right now. Got the steering column. I stripped everything I could off the steering column. I don't know if you can see it down here. I'm literally, this thing is just held in place right now by these two pieces of strap steel I put in. I've got to, you can see, let's see, right in through here where the pedal assembly is going to go for the master cylinder. Like I said, this dash is quite a bit skinnier than the Crown Vic dash, so both of these were pretty bulky items, and they're, you know, one right above the other, so it doesn't want to play real well and fit in the space that I need it to. But we'll make it happen. It's just to, you know, cut what we don't need and, you know, modify what we do. So this is the first time I've done one of these where I've actually kept the original Crown Vic steering column. I usually like to stick with the original truck columns. I like the look better. There's a lot of people that do these and put like they'll use the whole floor and firewall out of the Crown Vic and use the Crown Vic dash and seats and everything, and it's just, I don't know, it's just not me. I don't want to drive around in it like that. If it's something, you know, it's an old truck, I want to feel like I'm driving an old truck, and that's just the look I want. But with this particular one, I want to do the you know, I want to keep the cruise control and, you know, the delay wipers, you know, shifter, everything is in this column to make everything work, and high beams, turn signals, the whole thing. So I'm using a whole lot of this original harness. I'm thinning it down. I'll show you a little bit about that. But just trying to make as best use out of all the parts that I can. I may even try to make some of this heater and air conditioner setup work. I know I'm going to use the part off the Crown Vic as far as the engine side. I'll use the compressor and condenser and all that stuff. But I may end up just buying a like an aftermarket, a Vintage Air, a Nostalgia Air, one of them under dash kits. I haven't really made that decision yet. We'll get there. You know, I'll figure that out whenever I figure it out. But right now we're just sort of see what I'm working with here. Double plated the firewall with actually the piece out of the Crown Vic firewall where the master cylinder actually bolts up, so everything works good there, lines up. Use the little steering support bearing from the Crown Vic again. I just put it where I needed it. I'm going to have to extend my steering shaft slightly. That's what I got this piece cut off from right down here. I'll have to get a piece put in there, lengthen that out a couple inches. I got this piece, which again, this is out of the Crown Vic firewall. These are your two plugs that you need where your wiring harness, the bulkheads go through the firewall. So I'll end up trimming out right in there, and I'll make these fit in there, or these are just square holes. The last ones I've done, I actually just trace these out and then cut them instead of cutting out a section and welding in. But anyway, I'll make those work out. You can get a little shot down here where I modified the transmission cross member. I'm still going to come back and plate the front of it and brace the sides in a little more, but I did that so that these motor mounts that I built will allow everything to shift back between 2 and 3 inches. Like I said, I slotted them to give me a little bit more options there, and we'll see where it sits best and how I like it, and then we'll lock her down and be done with that. All right, now this is the harness that I pulled out of the Crown Vic. I do have it all kind of laid out in the way it, you know, the way it was laid in the car itself. This main mess that comes across here, that goes under the dash, and that's why I'm trying to get everything thinned down. You can see, let's see right there, those two right there, those are the bulkheads that have to actually sandwich through on the firewall. Right in behind it, that's your actual fuse panel. And I'm going to run everything off this one's going to come out of the Crown Vic. So I'm going to have the single fuse panel and use every bit of this. So the Crown Vic headlight switch is going to turn on the headlights on the truck. On my previous ones, I've always kept the original switches and everything. Like I said, I wanted them to look original. And this one, I don't know, I just kind of going for a little more creature comforts on stuff. I want to actually put several miles on this when we're done, so I want to be able to drive it, enjoy it. Laying these out, it's pretty simple. Like I said, I just laid it out like it was in the car. You can see this ran down the seal plates down each side. There was one over there. I've already kind of started going through that side, but the biggest majority of all your stuff comes down your driver's side. Of course, this right here, that tells you this is a door. So this is my front driver's side door, and this whole thing's going to be, you know, the power door lock switch, power windows. In these, there's actually a it's called the driver door module. It contains everything that runs the power locks, the door ajar lights, what turns on your dome lights, several different things it runs. But what I end up doing is, you know, just work your way down through here. Like this, I think is a seat. Hang on, let's see here. Yeah, driver seat. So this is gonna, you know, this is your tattletale. It tells you that somebody is sitting in this seat. So if you don't put your seatbelt on, there's somebody in this seat, it's gonna ding. Same thing, passenger side. Let's see, it's right here. It's tossed up over that fender right there. This is just what I had to lay it out on. So, but same thing. If nobody's sitting in that seat, it doesn't give you the alarm for the seatbelt. But if somebody's there, or if you set a, you know, case of beer or whatever in that seat, it's going to give you the dinger to put your seatbelt on. But most of this I will not use. We'll take all the power door lock stuff and whatnot out of it. But then we get back through here. I think most of this is fuel pump stuff. Let's see, that's a speaker wire. It's just in the same bundle. I know that goes to the fuel pump. This is fuel pump driver. I'd have to look at some of these. I really don't remember what they are. Oh, third brake light and dome lights in there. Anyway, you come on back and then it breaks off, and you've got a trunk latch and a backup light. And then these break off into your left and right tail light, turn signal, and brake lights on the back of the car, license plate light, all that good stuff. There's not but just a couple things that I need that run down that side, and so I'm gonna thin all that out, pull back what I do need, and then I will actually back it out all across this, and I'm gonna run one trunk line down the driver's side of the truck. Some of it'll be interior stuff, some of it'll be exterior stuff, but right now I'm just trying to thin out what I don't need. The cop cars, P71s, they have a lot of extra wire, like those fairly heavy gauge wires, and they run back, and there's a fuse block, a couple extra fuse blocks for them. It's for optional equipment that may be put on later. It's, you know, from the factory they don't install it, but they set it up for the next guy to do it, so it's not too difficult. And but I don't need any of that. So if I'm not using it, I'm just getting it out of there. Like I said, we'll kind of rearrange the harness, lay it out where I want it, and just make things a little more tidy.